Hi everyone. This year has been a good gardening season for me. I had an abundance of chili harvest, and today I wanted to show you how I freeze the chilies for long-term use. If you can see here, I had various cuts of chilies, and then the condiments I made from chilies, and how I preserve chilies in various forms to be used in my cooking. I have for most part let the green chilies ripen on the plant, which I have used to make red chili powder, red chili paste and chili paste. Here you can see I have frozen some whole red chilies as is for later use, and here you can see the raw chili paste. I simply put them in the mixture, grounded it in a paste and frozen in it in 1 spoon, 1.5 spoon quantity. So basically I use this red chili paste in place of red chili powder. Just one point to notice, because these are raw, put this red chili paste along with the onions in oil and saute it so we don't feel the rawness later in the cooking process. Second thing what I did was made the red chili powder. I collected red chilies on a daily basis, and I used a mesh bag like this to put them and then sun dried for around continuously for around 1.5 months. So I had 2 bags full of chilies, and then once they are completely dried, I unfortunately had an incident that the chilies got soaked in 5 minutes of rain, so I had to oven roast it at the lowest degree available in the oven for a few hours, and then I ground it into powder. So I have the red chili powder which I can use. My chilies are cayenne peppers, so they are medium hot. So this is the third thing which I did with the red chilies. I basically sauteed the chilies in oil and then ground the chilies, and then again I put the grounded paste in the oil and let it saute it for a few minutes, and then I stored this in the fridge. This has been now there for around a month and a half. I had 2 jars like this. This one, again, I use the paste in place of red chilies, but I don't need to put it at the start of the cooking. I can just put it whenever I usually put the chili powder. And since it already has the oil in it, we just need to be a little bit more careful when you add oil initially. Also, it has some salt, so you can be a little bit careful about the salt used in the cooking. Now moving on to checking the other ones which I have. I have few green chilies towards the end of the season. So what I did was I slit some of them into long pieces and then individually frozen them and put them in the Ziploc bag and stored it in the freezer. And then similarly, I had cut the chilies into small size pieces, and then I individually frozen it, and then I transferred it into a Ziploc bag and freeze it in the freezer. And similarly, I have whole green chilies here which I just froze individually and frozen. So I have kind of 3 types of chilies here. One is small cut chilies, one is split chilies, and one is whole chilies. I also had made a green chili, ginger and garlic paste, and then frozen it in a big block. This is sufficient for a couple of days of cooking. So whenever you want to use it, you just take it out, use it for thaw it, and use it in your cooking for a couple of days. I also had jalapeno chilies in my garden this year. So these are the red jalapenos and the green jalapenos. So what I did was I cut them into round pieces and then frozen them. So you can see the green jalapenos here, and you can see the red jalapenos here. So I have used jalapenos to make these pickled jalapenos. Basically this is a vinegar, water, salt brine, and boil jalapenos in this brine for a few minutes and then store them in airtight containers. So this will last at least a few months for me. And what I do is I put them in the airtight container, and I take a portion of it in smaller bottles for daily use. Once I'm done with that, I just open this again and take the jalapenos. So I just wanted to make sure that I don't open this every day. And the airtight container, I store it in the fridge, and it stayed for good 2 months right now, and then I'm hoping it will stay for a couple of more months. This is another good use of my garden jalapenos in a condiment called Chicago Gardenera, which is used as a condiment on the sandwiches. You can make chicken sandwiches, put some of this gardenera on top and as a relish, and then use it. This is made with garden vegetables, and if you need it very hot, you can add jalapenos. So I have used red jalapenos here and made the giardiniera. So vegetables are stored in vinegar plus olive oil, brine, and it stays good for few months. I've been using it for almost 2 months now. Here again I do the same thing. I just take the portion of it in small bottles and use it daily. Once it is done, then I open the airtight container and again take the portion. I pack it in an airtight container and again I store it in the fridge. I have another variety of chilies here. These are habaneros. These are actually from last year, and I have few of them left. These are very hot. I don't usually use it in my daily cooking. I just use it in the pickles like tomato tocco, which can stay in the fridge for a month or so, or any vegetable chutneys, South Indian chutneys especially, where it calls for lots of green chilies or red chilies. So instead of using like 10-15 green chilies or 10 red chilies, I just use couple of these in the chutneys while I'm making them, and that gives enough hotness to that. They're very spicy by nature, so we have to be very careful in handling them. So basically one other tip is like since I've been packing these in Ziploc bags and I store it in deep freezer, I don't want to open the Ziploc bags every now and then. So what I do is I take a container, I take a few days worth of chilies, slit chilies and the green chili paste and the red chili paste. I put it in a container which I again store it in fridge, but this is easy accessible. So I use this whenever I need to cook. I pick up whatever I need from this container and use it in the cooking. These are two other condiments which I made. One is the red jalapenos achar. This is North Indian style achar. This is the roasted jalapeno sauce. It is made with roasted jalapenos, onions, and vinegar. This you can use as a dip for your snacks or use as a marinade for chicken wings, chicken breast roasts. And I recently used this on whole chicken roast for Thanksgiving. This adds some spiciness to your chicken or anything you're trying to roast. The achar can stay for few months, I guess. This is the first time I'm making it, but it's based on oil and Indian achar, so I think it will stay for a long time. This roasted jalapeno sauce I made at least 1.5 to 2 months earlier. This container was full. It's now almost 1/4 left, but I think it will still stay for another month because it has vinegar in it, so it doesn't let it spoil. This I store it in fridge. So that is it, friends. These are the ways I preserve chilies. I hope these will last for a few months for me with all the red chili powder paste and all the cut green chilies, jalapenos, etc. So I hope you got some ideas on how to preserve these, and I hope to hear from you with your comments and any other suggestions you have. Thank you.